Welcome, Joslyn Center Facebook Live fans. My name is Jack Newby. I'm Executive Director here at the Joslyn Center. We're happy to have you join us today. Before we get to our interview with Interview Fridays, I wanted to let you know about some of the things that are coming up here at the Joslyn Center. If you like yard sales, we have one coming up on November 12th. It's our pop-up yard sale on November 12th. And the reason we're letting you know about it so soon is if you have any good items, great items from your home or kitchen gadgets, that sort of thing, come on and drop them off with Melanie. And that's Melanie Lyon. She's our program director. And you can contact her at 760-340-3220, and she's at extension 102. So that's our pop-up yard sale coming up on November 12th, and you can donate items now. Also, as you know, we're in the middle of summer, so the Joslyn Center is happy to be a cooling center. We invite you to come down and participate in our programs and activities. Turn off your air conditioner at home or turn it up to 85. Come here, enjoy our air conditioning, and save some money on your electric bill, as well as enjoying all our programs and services. So we're a cooling center. We're open from 8:30 to 5 and Monday through Friday, and we welcome you here and would love to see you. Starting in August, so just a little while from now, on Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to 11 is Morning Bites. So you can come here, have some coffee, have some snacks, kind of a continental breakfast for our members, and that's Morning Bites starting on Monday and Wednesday in August, and it will continue after that time, but it starts in August. Also, just to let you know what's coming up in our wellness center, we have a brain boot camp course. That's a 2-session course. It's on Wednesdays from 1 to 3 p.m. and the next session is August 10 and 17. And that's a great course. It was developed by UCLA Longevity Center. It's something to help you remember names, faces, and how to remember things and keep your mind active and also keep your brain healthy. So it gives you ideas on for diet and exercise and all of those things that keep our brain healthy. And so again, that's on August 10th and 17th. And if you're interested in that and want to enroll, call Jose Mendez. He's at 760-340-3220, and he's at extension 117. And that's the same one you want to call for our Aging Mastery Program. That's a 5-session course, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3. And that's a hybrid, so you can do it in person or via Zoom, and that's starting on August 16th. And that covers things about social activity, estate planning, exercise, healthy aging, sleep, and we bring in experts in all these various fields to talk with you, and then you can ask questions and develop a plan for as you get older and how to deal with things as they come up. So that's what's going on here at the Joslyn Center. We're starting now with our interview with Felice Chiapperini from Desert Oasis Healthcare, and he will be joining us. Hello, Felice, how are you?
Hi, Jack. Thanks for having me back.
Glad to have you. So tell us what's happening at, well, tell us a little bit. There's great news with Desert Oasis Healthcare about your COVID vaccination program. So let us know what's happening.
Right. Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate you and your team at Joslyn Center. As you know, Desert Oasis Healthcare held what we called a Vax and Boost for the Win campaign. And the goal of that was to see which local senior center could get the most COVID booster shots. And I'm happy to say that Joslyn won this friendly competition. We came out twice during the competition period, which was back in May and June, with our mobile health clinic. And with your help, we gave nearly 120 COVID boosters. And by winning this competition, Joslyn Center also received an additional $5,000 sponsorship from Desert Oasis Healthcare. So we were happy that you guys participated and did so well. Now we're closing in on nearly 100,000 COVID vaccines and boosters given since the vaccines became widely available. And that's an impressive number, given that the population of the entire Coachella Valley is around 300,000. So that's what's new with COVID.
Well, that's an amazing number, that 100,000 vaccines and boosters here in the Coachella Valley. And it truly is making a difference in the lives of seniors and those people that you serve through the Desert Oasis Healthcare. And so congratulations to you for that great achievement. I think it's probably, from anything I've heard, it's far and away the most COVID boosters and vaccines given by any organization here in the Valley. So congratulations to Desert Oasis Healthcare. And coming up is flu season.
Yes, it is. And it's not too early to be thinking about flu season. Upcoming flu shots and COVID boosters. We will be offering the flu shots at various health fairs, including the Joslyn Center. Your health fair, I think, is on October 26th. And we will be there. We'll be doing health screenings, and we'll be doing flu clinic and also COVID boosters. In addition, we'll again be offering our drive-through flu clinics in September and early October. These were started during the height of the pandemic, and they proved so popular and successful that we're continuing them again this year. All our members have to do is simply drive up, show their insurance card, and they get their flu shot right in their car. And we'll have the drive-through flu clinics at our Palm Springs campus, and also the closest one to Joslyn will be at our Bermuda Dunes location on Washington between Hoadley and Country Club. And anyone who wants more information on that can check it out on our website, which is www.mydohc.com. And there we'll have the exact dates and details.
And that's a great way to get a flu shot. I just want to cover, because some people may wonder why no drive-through COVID vaccine. And so the COVID vaccine is a little different. Right.
COVID's a little more, there's a little bit more to it than simply just rolling up your sleeve and getting the shot. Obviously we have to make sure that you've received shots before, or boosters or your initial vaccines, and also the time period. So there are some constraints on that. So those we don't do in a drive-up manner. We'll do those at the clinics.
And there's also a recommendation that people wait about 15 or 20 minutes following the vaccination with COVID to make sure there are no side effects. And so if you're driving by, you can't do that. We certainly don't want any side effects to hit you as you're in your car. So that's great, those drive-up flu shots. And you mentioned our health fair coming up on October 26th, and we thank you for being our presenting sponsor and providing the flu and COVID vaccines for that. And Desert Oasis does a lot of health fairs around the community. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, now that we have our mobile health clinic, which we got last year, that's allowed us to really provide our services literally anywhere in the Valley. The van is equipped with exam rooms. It is HIPAA compliant. We're able to take all of our supplies with us, and that's really contributed to us being able to give nearly 100,000 COVID vaccines and boosters. Having that capability to be able to go out in the community to where the people are makes all the difference.
And one of the things about the health fairs coming up in the fall is that's also Medicare open enrollment. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yep, also coming up is Medicare annual enrollment. And this starts October 15th and runs through December 7th. This is the chance for anyone on Medicare to shop around and change their current plan. And even if you're happy with your plan, it's still a good idea to see what's new for the coming year, as most plans do have some changes. Also, if you anticipate needing specialty care for dental or vision, for example, you can shop around for plans that offer enhanced coverage in these areas. And during the open enrollment period, we'll be hosting meetings in Palm Springs, Bermuda Dunes, and Indio, where we will have a licensed Medicare broker presenting some of the Medicare Advantage plans. And the broker can work with you individually to find plans that suit your needs. And it's all free of charge. Again, check out our website for more information on those dates.
And that's a great opportunity for people to really find out. They may have just signed up for Medicare and they're not real happy with their plan. So it's a very good chance for people to, and as I understand, that open enrollment period is really the only time you can change your plan. So it's really a good idea for people to pay attention to that.
Right. It's the time that everybody can make changes. There are certain instances where you can change during the year. For example, if you move out of your current coverage area, so say you move to San Diego or to Phoenix, then you can change plans. So there are certain ways to change during the year, but for most people, it's during the open enrollment period.
So you mentioned your mobile clinic and the role it's played in providing COVID vaccines, but there's a lot of other things that you do at health fairs that you use the mobile clinic for. What are some of those things?
Well, for example, at Fantasy Springs, believe it or not, the casino, we have a lot of their employees who are our members. So we work with Fantasy Springs and we bring our mobile unit out there on a monthly basis. And we provide basic services to the employees. Besides the screenings, we do other types of screenings. We can do mammograms, we can do pap smears, women's health, things like that. We bring out a physician as well, so people can have a one-on-one with the physician. There's usually a pharmacist available as well. So Fantasy Springs loves it because we can bring the services right there to the employees, and the employees don't have to leave, take time off from their job to get these basic health services. So it's a win-win all around.
Well, that's amazing. I did not realize you did exams such as mammograms and that sort of thing in that mobile clinic. So that's a wonderful service for our community. So that's something, and people can look for that at local health fairs, or check out your website, which again is
www.mydohc.com.
So what else is happening with Desert Oasis?
Well, one thing I'd like to share is we're happy to announce that Desert Oasis Healthcare is the presenting sponsor for a new film. And the film is entitled, It's Not a Burden. And the Coachella Valley premiere of this film will be at the Palm Springs Cultural Center. That's the old Camelot Theater. And this film offers a thoughtful and humorous approach to the rewards and challenges of the golden years, as narrated by 20 elderly parents and their adult children caregivers. So it's a very interesting, it's a very compelling film that's appropriate not only for seniors, but for adult caregivers of seniors. And the premiere will be on Saturday, November 12th, again at the Palm Springs Cultural Center. And we will also have a screening at Joslyn Center in the Arthur Newman Theater. And that'll be on Wednesday, November 16th at 5 p.m. And these are free. We will provide a light meal as well. Again, please check our website for more details on this coming up in November.
Well, that's a very timely film, and thank you for sharing it here at the Joslyn Center for a screening. And I look forward to seeing it at the Palm Springs Cultural Center, formerly Camelot Theater. I have a hard time remembering the Cultural Center or separating the Cultural Center and Camelot Theater. So, it's a very timely film because that's something, particularly the baby boomer generation being such a long span, is that we are seeing more and more young adults having to take care of their parents. And there's a lot of issues that people face, and they're not prepared for it. And so I think this is a very timely film. And I'll throw in there that we do have a caregiver support group and also our counseling program at the Joslyn Wellness Center for caregivers to work through some of those issues, because it can be very there's lots of guilt that people feel, or anger, and those sorts of things that they need to work through. And it sounds like this film talks about that, and it can be fun too, but it covers every emotion.
It really does, and you hit it on the nail by what you said there. There's so many issues. Sometimes it's purely physical issues, the physical issues of aging, but in many cases it's also dementia, which sets in, and that makes it even more difficult. And there's, in a lot of cases, and you see this in the film as well, there are also pre-existing issues with the families. In a lot of cases, families have been estranged, and now, because of the age and the illness, it's kind of forcing them to be brought back together. So they're dealing not only with the physical issues, but emotional issues as well. So, and there's a very large cross-section of people that they interview during this thing, and it's very interesting to see how each family deals with it. But the bottom line is, as difficult and as challenging as it was for the adult caregivers, the children, they said they would do it all again if it meant spending more time with their parents.
Yeah, it sounds like, both, it really talks about, have you seen the film?
I have. I've seen it, and it's I'll have to admit it was hard for me to watch. I could relate to it quite a bit because I have my own mother went through that, and having some issues with my mother-in-law as well at this point. So I could relate to it, and it's a very compelling film. It's a 90-minute film, and I really think it's worthwhile for anybody in that situation or who anticipates being in that situation to view the film and get their mind set in that mindset to be able to deal with that issue.
So again, the film It's Not a Burden. It's premiering on Saturday, November 12th at the Palm Springs Cultural Center, formerly known as the Camelot Theater, and also here at the Joslyn Center on November 16th in the Arthur Newman Theater at 5 p.m. And we're really looking forward to hosting that for our community here in the East Valley. So we appreciate this opportunity with, again, part of our working relationship with Desert Oasis Healthcare. So we've covered quite a bit. Anything else on that you'd like to touch base on?
Well, like you mentioned, we value our partnership with the Joslyn Center. We've continued that partnership over the years, and it's grown, and we think it's a win-win. It helps us get services out into the community, and certainly helps you to provide services to your members. So we're looking forward to many more years of collaborating with the Joslyn Center, and we thank you so much for your support.
Well, we thank you, Felice. We thank Desert Oasis Healthcare, and really, I have to say that if there's any medical organization here in the Valley that's really showing a community responsibility in terms of dealing with COVID and other issues, it's Desert Oasis, and so we really appreciate that and hold you up as a model for other organizations to follow. So thank you for that as well.
Well, thank you, Jack, and thank you for having me. And hopefully I'll be on again in a few months, and we'll have more to talk about.
I look forward to it. So thank you, Felice, for joining us, and thank you all for watching. And we'll see you next week for Interview Fridays at 11 o'clock on Facebook Live. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.